That's the beauty of battle in Quake, and we are going to jump into our first map, kicking off Season 4 of the Quake Pro League between these two live right now, XRON versus SIB.
Straight into it, and that situation I talked about nearly happened, but SIB does work his way around to that high ground with that rail, not connecting now. And we are on, to begin anyway, a USA server.
Your favorite. I could tell by the way that you said it here. XRON looking for a little bit of a rail here, and they're going to meet down at the heavy, and it could be doomsday for SIB here. Good nail gun, actually, to keep XRON at bay. There's the rocket jump, wants to secure the mega. It gets there just in time. SIB, if he would have landed that rail, oh, just getting out. XRON in a bad way right now.
He is indeed. SIB is connecting now, does get knocked down, so very good clutch rail by XRON there. But living on the edge, you can see he's got 10 HP here. Another rail sticking around. Has the peeker, but what utility is that if he can't get away and keep safe? So good pressure by SIB. He's got both items coming up now. Actually leaves up that mega. XRON standing on the upground, does hear that. But I don't know if he exactly knows the timing of the mega, but no, he does know it. He knows it's safe as well. And you can see the delay from SIB, waiting for that sound all the way down below and putting a nice split on these items. So he is following the guidance that we said, 40, in that he is trying to lay the smackdown on this control.
Trying his best, had him within 10 HP of the first frag, and somehow XRON survives and lives for the time being. But yeah, interesting delay there. Nice little rocket as well. So this should mean that SIB should be able to get these two items, or at least make it a complete pain for XRON to try and contest, as the mega is free and XRON a little bit early on this heavy. SIB, great opening railer, but he needs a little bit more. Now he's going to fly in with Anarchy. Nice. 2 rockets, but not enough. SIB is able to take control and take the first frag of the map and Season 4 of the Quake Pro League.
Lovely LG from XRON. He doesn't actually go through the TP. Could have got the frag there, but decides against it, playing the longer game. But you can see SIB taking the lead there off the back of that very good control play. XRON, a little bit rusty there, without knowing the timing, just standing around and took the fight. Had absolutely no idea. Should have backed off. He does keep himself in the game. Lovely flick rail from down below, but SIB with the follow-up. Looking clean at the start of map 140.
Not bad at all. 2-0 is where you want to be, and it looks like he might be laying on some more hurt, as XRON just cannot grab some majors here. Using the tri-ball to the best of his ability to get at least some damage. Only really has rockets to work with. Might drop down for rail, and indeed he does. But at the cost of having to miss another cycle of the mega.
Does indeed, and as you're actually right, he is getting no items whatsoever. Hasn't had a single heavy so far to date in this map, and instead just decides to retreat and not give away any further frags. Trying to get that timing now. You can see whilst he's taking it, XRON's actually sitting up above to get that timing, playing slow, playing passive, wants to defend these choke points, and that's exactly what you want to do against an Anarchy. SIB, on the other hand, goes around the longer way, realizing that there is something afoot. So smart play by SIB to keep a slower tempo here, respecting the defensive play from XRON.
Ooh, almost hitting that rail, but you're absolutely right. Nice defensive play, measured, something that is a little bit difficult to do. Good LG, but here comes the peeker play. SIB tries to get a rail around the corner, but can't do it. XRON almost another rocket to follow up, hits the rail instead, and now he wants and forces out the inject.
But what happens now, Forty, is that there's, yeah, exactly, big good damage, but also XRON has timing of both these major items, done enough damage to feel confident to pressure SIB here. SIB does a good job of going around the side, but double rocket, he does bounce onto the mega. Great flick rail from XRON, but he has enough stack here with this follow-up of the light to actually pressure onto this mega. He also knows the inject's been used, so SIB's going to try desperately to defend this. He's living very much on the edge and can't hit the exit rail, so XRON has bullied his way back into this map.
Not bad at all. 1 rocket left. Needs to replenish that and health as well. But a great start to a potential frag for XRON, trying to put his first of the season on the board against SIB here on Ruins.
We heard that health pickup, so he knows where SIB is hiding, and he knows he has plenty of time to work his angles. He might just wait for one more rotation of these items before he goes full-on aggressive, because he understands that SIB is playing this pluck-back game. And without any lights to work with as well, XRON realizes that's going to be the point of contest. So he sets up here for this light, but it is spotted down below. So now the tempo should rise. He has the mega coming up in 5. SIB will not contest this. And now XRON's going to have to work his way in.
like taking the space, not grabbing the item immediately. I like this play from Kron a lot, and that's kind of the experience that we talked about, right? Knowing that this item is safe when you pressure a little bit, maybe mess up the timing. Here's the LG. This has to be a frag for Kron, and there it is.
The really bad thing, in my opinion, there is the use of the inject. A little bit of a panic inject. He didn't do enough damage to make it worthwhile, because now XRON has a huge split on his major items. And as you just rightly pointed out, he can work around that. He doesn't need to pick them up item after item. He can use the item to create space, to create these angles, and absolutely just isolate SIB off of this map. And this is something we've seen in the past from SIB, is that his control game is good, but he has generally struggled out of control. So this is a big moment in the game, and that's some decent damage, but it's just before the next round of items.
Just missing out on that rail. Kron's going to grab another heavy. He's tied it up so far. Looking stronger and stronger. Great rail again, and he has so much stack he can just sit here. He could even pop the peeker if he wanted. Another rail. Is he going to try and close this one out? There's the jump over, a little bit of LG,
nice.
and SIB cannot escape, and more so, didn't land any damage in that battle, Dan.
And this is where Annie becomes so hard. Once again, the inject was used for naught, and he's got no items. Don't even really know if he has the timing. He's going to go flying through to this heavy, but he's early, and he's spotted, and he's hit twice, Forty. What do you do now in SIB's corner?
You just panic. I think you just push and die, respawn and pray, because at this point, choking out more time on a map like this with the speed of XRON, he could just play defensive if he wants to, even with the 1 frag lead, let alone 2.
I don't
XRON
know.
on the hunt right now.
I disagree there, because...
Well, we can fight about it later, because there's a fight right now. LG SIB trying to back away. There's the inject, but the shotgun blast is going to chunk him down, and now it's just a matter of time. No escape. Buckshot to the booty. 4-2 for XRON.
If he knows the timing, he's won himself a heavy here, and it looks like he does know this as he's going down below, but... Oh no, he's caught once again as XRON does drop down. Ballsy by XRON takes a lot of damage there. He himself goes up, and he'll get both major items. Really nice play by XRON. SIB is going to Tristram down here. They're going to meet once again. Great rail from SIB, and he takes the heavy. Big LG to come out, and XRON is down. Oh, he broke his ankles there, 40, but SIB is still 1 frag down. Lovely rail from above. XRON does retaliate though with a good return. SIB is low, but has that issue.
Oh, great rocket on that cross. It was perfect timing. XRON really wanted to get more damage before this mega, but he's going to have to give it up clean to SIB, and that's exactly what SIB needs. 230 left on the board.
Can't stick around, doesn't have any weapons, so he has to retreat. So SIB has won himself full map control. They popped the inject to get it, but it was entirely worth it.
Rail into peeker play here. Needs to be careful, SIB, able to take it down. Almost takes another rail.
XRON's just trying to delay here. He's trying to do enough damage to win himself this mega, and it looks like he will succeed in doing so. SIB will contest, and he actually gets it in time, so really nice play for SIB. He's going to keep pushing here. Lovely rail from above. 1 more second. XRON doesn't know the timing. He takes it, but he dies for his sins.
Just missing on that opening rail is SIB. It's less than 2 minutes, tied it at 4. Very back and forth here, Dan. SIB trying to cut off, and there it is, but when he has the rail out, doesn't really pay too badly, luckily for him, as XRON just really wants the pickup, and the rocket jump doesn't work out. A little bit too early. Mega goes to SIB again, and now you're facing a deficit if you're XRON. What do you do, Dan?
You have to get the weapons. There's only 1 frag in it. Can't really afford to take any sort of commitments here, and SIB knows he's got the advantage. He's pushing on in. Easy frag to take a 2 frag lead, and now it looks really hard for the Ukrainian.
What a rail there. The fadeaway rail going through the telly. 1 minute left, and SIB might start taking that victory lap and forcing the chase out of XRON.
Yeah, exactly that. He doesn't need to extend his lead, he just needs to not give
Okay,
away.
he wants more. Doesn't matter what we think. SIB is here to make his mark on map number 1. Starting off the season with a bang, 7-4. All the pressure on XRON right now, and he has no items, no weapons to work with. He's going to grab a light, but he still needs weapons, Dan.
He does. What do you do here? SIB could just hold his ground, defend that choke point, and there is not much XRON can do. And yet the GG's come out. SIB knows he's going to win that first map of this series. You can see how much it means to him. So that's a huge victory. He's under a lot of pressure for a big part of that mid game, and I was talking about how he struggled out of control. Yes, there was a little bit of a mistake for XRON, but as soon as that mistake was made, SIB was able to capitalize and work his way to victory. So really nice play in context from SIB. It was definitely a close and hard-fought game, but definitely good about that one.
Yeah. very, very fantastic display from SIB there, especially, as you said, playing out of control, keeping it cool, calm, and collected, and able to bring that back. First map victory goes to SIB. We're going to hop over to Molten Falls shortly, where we're going to see Nyx versus Scale. In terms of that lineup, those champ picks, who do you think has the advantage, Dan?
It's tough. Like, it really is tough. If the Scale Bear obviously gets ahead of Steam and Nyx can't control the tempo of the game, it's challenging. But on a map like Molten, there is so many different angles and choke points and maneuvers where you can get away. So I'm going to lean towards a well-played Nyx.
We will see. And for those playing the home version, I believe you mentioned that first server was NA. So
It was.
whether or not you want to justify that had anything to do with it, go ahead, chat. You can do whatever you like. But SIB will take map number 1 as we take a look at these highlights. And yeah, a bit back and forth, but as you said, the mid-play of that duel and SIB able to stay calm and collected was really what set it apart, being able to bring it back and then just take full control.
Exactly. And it's a part of his game he will have to evolve, which is the defense. Definitely a huge weakness in his arsenal. It's always hard no matter who you are, but I definitely notice it more on a player like SIB. His control game is strong, but there is such a strong deficit on the defense where it can be exploited, and it nearly happened again, but as soon as he got back into the game, you cannot doubt the strategy and the thought, the way in which he was delaying items, playing around them effectively. It was a nice, simple game.
Let's see if he could keep that up in map number 2. Again, Molten Falls here shortly. XRON has the Nyx, SIB will have the Scale. And as you said, if you fall behind as a Nyx, it is just so difficult. Who will win? Who will prevail? We're going to start off on XRON right now with that Galena, and that's going to be a big spawn there as he gets rockets and LG early.
Yeah, and we're seeing the mind game start already throughout. The big delay coming out from XRON. I do think a big part of this particular map, as we saw in the last map, is going to come down to the rail. This is definitely a map, once again, you can play significant angle-based game. Players like Chain excel at that. And I think that is an area that XRON will also enjoy, but SIB is more than accustomed to. That rail has been an absolutely pivotal feature of this series, and I don't expect this one to descend to such chaos. A little bit more managed.
To be fair, I would love chaos. There's a great vertical rail there. XRON holding his ground. There's the flame start you talked about. But the totem to cleanse, but still back in the fire again. XRON needs to get out 33 HP and counting. It's not looking good. Is he going to get to the health bubble? And he will as the flames dissipate. But what a rail from SIB!
Nice. What a rail indeed. NA server ping right there. Lovely rebuttal from XRON on the defense. Huge damage coming out. SIB getting greedy, going for that light. Predicted by XRON, but the lovely return rail from SIB, and his rails have been on fire.
I understand wanting to maximize, grabbing everything in the Thunderdome before the heavy, but if XRON just went for the heavy first, we might not be in this predicament. But SIB lands that rail, as you said, looking good, and he's up 2-0 early on Veil here.
Nice.
Great rail there. Does have a totem in his pocket.
Yeah, not the end of the world. SIB knows he had the Mega to fall back on, so just testing his luck out there. To try and maximize the damage, but this is a little bit greedy going from down below. XRON reading that once again. Flame Strike comes out, the totem's there as well. 1 second and he falls on down.
Ooh, beautiful.
Good. Rocket jump across and defend this Mega as well. Drops him with the rail, no rocket damage just yet. And they are both weak.
Claim at that Mega light combo now, holding the high ground, dropping to the middle, waiting for this heavy is SIB grabbing the lower acid armor, making his way back through the telly on top here. Rocket just missing out, clipping the edge here. Good LG defense from XRON here. Nice rail though. SIB's making him pay. There's the rocket jump with the flame strike. There's a rail again. Can he hit another one? And he does!
Oh, the rails have been fundamental so far. Amazing damage from XRON coming out there. SIB coming aggressive though off the return here. Big rockets coming out. XRON didn't expect that. Can line himself up with the rail, but not to be. And SIB understanding the situation of when to push here and he's won himself that Mega.
Yeah, really nice push there. XRON completely caught off guard.
XRON's trying desperately to slow it down right here, but SIB is making a good job of forcing the tempo onto XRON. He's actually been using the Flame Strike really effectively and playing it around. He has it up here. He might be using it through the choke point, but gets bounced around and decides against it. Lovely flick round from XRON out the back exit there. Can't finish the job off just yet, but SIB can.
Fron just, that was beautiful with the rockets and everything, but SIB just quicker with the rail. And he's up by 3 now. Fron with a great rail as he drops down, hits another one as well, needs one more though. SIB caught out now. There's the tri-bolt, well read, and just needs to hit it, and he does. But SIB on the fadeaway gets a little rail of his own. But Kron looking a little stronger now, trying to make his way to the Mega. 10 seconds, give or take. And SIB wants that damage. You see him flying around the corner with the rail, and it's not going to work this time.
No, that was greedy there, and now he's got a bad spawn. He's going to try and go aggressive here, but that was actually too greedy, and now he's in a lot of trouble. Kron missing, let's him live to fight another day, but he will sweep up the map here. SIB might try and push on for the heavy. He knows the timing, he does get it, so that's the only fortunate thing from that escapade.
Really good combo there, a little bit of rocket to rail. For Kron. Gets through the telly unscathed for the most part, but misses out on a crucial rail. SIB able to hit a fadeaway. Is he going to push back before this Mega? Does he know the timing, Dan? He's coming through the Thunderdome right now. Fron trying to stand his ground.
He knows he's got the heavy wrapped up if he plays this easy, which he's going to do. He tries to cut off. It was the right choice. Just dropped a little bit early, but SIB realizing he'd done his job with that significant damage. And Kron desperately trying to put a stamp of control on this game so far, but the way in which SIB is able to build that stack and has his flame strike, which could bust out here. Once again, Kron is just on that Mega for no particular reason so early, but somehow comes out on top. I'm not entirely sure how that mistake turns into his frag.
I think it was a case of fancy feet. It looked like he dodged perfectly on the flame strike. Maybe SIB tried to collapse the flame strike a little bit too early, and Kron gets away with one there.
I like this though. He knows that that heavy's been the saving grace for SIB so far. So Kron here putting a big split on the 2 major items to make a concerted effort here to do a bit of damage for the heavy and try and wrap it up for himself. He falls into the flame strike though, and that hurts because now he's going to have to run, get out of position, and be low in the stack, and even just killed out the back of it. So I liked the thought process, but this is where we talked about that the Death Knight can just be so incredibly powerful. And that delays actually, yeah. And also the delay, SIB's not aware of it. He's in position really early, 4 seconds. Kron's there, trying to get a frag. And this is so back and forth now. SIB's causing the chaos that he needs to keep in this game.
Both players just landing ridiculous rails there. SIB caught out in a weird situation where the totem was in front of him. He couldn't push. Then the rocket pop. Great rail from Kron to tie it up at 5. But this whole game, we have not really seen that totem economy go anywhere with Kron. So good on SIB for being able to maintain. Ooh, and another great rail. There's a little bit more damage, and Kron needs to be careful. SIB starting to chain them together.
But at the same time, the map's gone in a way in which it's just been chaos that SIB, so Kron's having to use them to recoup his health, or even off the back of a flame strike. So it's been a good use of them as well, either way, to try and nullify the damage of SIB. But now you can feel the momentum swinging significantly toward Kron. If he can get a clean, heavy pickup here and push his way onto the Mega, he's in a real strong position to continue to nullify the advances of SIB. SIB knows how much he has to contest his Mega. He cannot let that happen. It's exactly why he's here. So good damage from SIB. A lovely rail through that grate. And we are back to this back and forth.
Yeah, Kron grabbing that light. Okay.
How?
It happens, Stan. That's a fantastic rail. Bending it like Beckham here. SIB has such a stack advantage, and there's another one. That'll tie us up at 6. 64% rail, but for Kron. 36 for SIB, but he's hitting the ones he needs and so much damage with that Flame Strike Rocket combo.
What do you do against that when he just appears in your face with a rocket of flame? Ugh. Sickening. 2.5 minutes to go. Map like Vale, plenty of time, but that was a clean frag. Pretty much the first properly clean frag we've had all map long. How can SIB now convert that into continuous pressure?
Tri-bolt actually menacing from SIB there. Trying to post up for a rail. Clean rail. Goes for another one, but eats it. Needs to be careful. The shotgun is going to clean him up, and now it's very dire for Kron.
You can't try and make that aggressive posturing with the rail on this. It just doesn't work. And I get why he tries to do it, but as soon as you miss, it's GG in that instance. And now it feels like SIB can see this one out for the 2-1 victory. He doesn't even need to finish off Kron though. He knows he's got absolutely nothing to work with. Use this time, use this pressure just to take the map away. Buy yourself some breathing space. Really nice play by SIB. just kept that pressure on.
No signs of stopping now as he just follows through. Flame
Yeah,
strike
GG.
for insurance. 10-4, rail off the spawn as well. XRON trying to fight back, but the machine gun gets planted again. And this one looks like it's going to go to SIB. So 2-1 for SIB against XRON. First match of Season 4 of the Quake Pro League. And holy, nice vertical rail there.
SIB's only got 40% rail, but it feels like any critical clutch rail he hit. It didn't feel like he missed anything when it mattered. He uses it a lot, but whenever he needs to hit, he hits it. And
We watching Razy right now?
there we go. Really well played.
I would have put my money on the first gauntlet by Razy in Season 4, but no. No, we saw it right here.
SIB on a train. And really well played. There's definitely chinks in the armor of SIB, and XRON also looked rusty, but that was solid play start to finish. You can see that really good understanding of when to put that pressure on. And when he has control, it's scary. Good execution throughout, so can't complain.
Wow. Still 30 seconds of this, and SIB is like, I'm going to use all of this.
Is SIB wearing an Udi?
I don't know.
Bro, if that's the most disrespectful thing, not even the gauntlet, competing in an Udi, that's another level of esports bullshit.
Well, all right.
Oh well played by SIB. Definitely.
Oh my god.
Definitely didn't expect it to be this one-sided for the map 3, and I think the scoreline's obviously not a fair reflection, but yeah, really well played by SIB. Looking forward how both these guys compete in the Pro League throughout the season.
Yeah, quite the start. 2-1. SIB is able to take it over XRON, get his first victory of the season, and that's the way you want to start. Strong start from SIB. Again, both players, as you said, look pretty good, but SIB just hitting those rails when he needed to. Percentage doesn't matter, chat. Remember that. Just hit the ones that you need. Unfortunately for XRON, he ran so far away, but it just wasn't enough to get past the finish line.
Yeah.
He will go.
Oh? I think my friend has DC.
Most of us wrong, right?
Oh, you're back?
Oh, what happened? I'm back? I was gone?
Yeah, I
thought-
think,
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't talk to me like that in front of these people, Dan. How dare you? As we take a look at the series, well, first map recap here. Lots of frags, lots of action, as you said. It got a little hectic there in the middle, Dan.
It did, and you could see there was a good period of time where XRON was desperate to try and put control on the game and really focusing on splitting the items, trying to build that stack up. But anytime SIB sensed that, this is what happened. That frag right there. He just pushed on in. He waited for that flame strike. He pushed on in when XRON was out of control. The good and bad thing about XRON's playstyle is he plays these aggressive angles with the rail, but if he misses them, or even if he hits them when SIB's charging on him with a full stack, it doesn't even matter, because SIB just takes the brunt of that rail, follows up with the flame strike into rocket, and was able to close the gap, and that was absolutely nullifying to the way in which XRON wanted to play this game. So SIB had that playstyle on the Death Knight, and as I said, the Death Knight can be incredibly powerful if you can